Greetings, welcome back to PinkOddBird. Today we are on the final stretch. Well, my last video, but there's still a couple more to go. In the old Spring Around 22 challenge, it's been a full month of 7 different creators putting loads of different ephemera together using these prompts. So we're on my last video. I hope you guys have all been enjoying this so far. Today we are going to be doing April 29th. I'm sorry, March 29th. And my day is April. And the prompt is grow. So, we're going to try and make something together. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I was talking with Priscilla and she's like, why don't you try making a slider card? Because I was kind of struggling with this prompt. Not even going to fake the funk. So I'm going to start out with some of my scraps. I do have this little digital scrap here. I'm just going to cut it down, and this is going to be how I'm going to base the size of the tag that I'm going to make. Because really, I guess you could make this to any size. Alright, so I'm not going to try and let a mess start piling up, because that's how you start ending up with like a 2x2 space. And who wants to do that? Alright, so let's see. We need to double this. So what I'm going to do is, it's probably making more sense to do it this way, for the efficiency of the remainder of the scrap. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to glue this down. All right, so I have a background, sort of. And I'm going to cut it down on the size. So I'm going to mark out where I want this to sort of fold. And there, looks good. Okay. So that's cool. And then what I will do is cut this little, actually I'm going to just cut off a teeny bit so that I can just use this little flap to fold it over. And I'm actually going to just score it now so that when I do get there, that part is already done. Boom. So I'll just fold it, and then that's how it's going to close, okay? Now, you're like, probably, why did you put a background in if you just close the whole thing up? Well, what we need to do now is we need to make a little slot. So I would like a good amount of this background to show since it's there. And before we actually get this all sealed together, I think I might stitch this down. Yeah, to make sure that it stays in place, because I only put glue like on the inside, but I'm going to stitch around this and you'll see that. So I'm just going to quickly mark out some little lines so that I can make a nice even cut. So I think I'll leave 1 inch and 1 inch on the top and on the bottom. So 1 inch and 1 inch. All right, so 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the bottom. And I'll do the same on the side. Well, actually on the sides. Actually, I might need to do a little bit more than 1 inch because not much of the image will show. So, I mean a little less. So I think we'll do, let's try 3/4. Let's see what 3/4 looks like. 1/2 inch looks the best, but let's just do it. 1/2 inch So 1/2 inch from the bottom, and I'm gonna do, I think I'll leave it at 3/4 from the top. I'm gonna leave it like that. So then I'm gonna make some marks. Let's do 1/2 inch from the side. Actually, let's try 3/4. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's okay. And let's do 3/4 from this side. All right. So I'm just going to connect all these lines so that we have a nice little pattern to know where we need to cut our rectangle out. All right, now that we have our rectangle, you can do this with an X-Acto knife, but I'm just going to use scissors. So I'm going to poke it through and cut this rectangle out. And if you do it this way, just be careful because scissors are sharp. All right, so I found this little fairy card. So I think the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to use this scrap here because it's cut almost perfectly. So I just want to cut it so that it's all going to fit right inside of that frame. So right about here. And I'm just going to tack this onto the back of this little card. And I'm going to stick it right in the middle here. Sweet. Okay. So growth, I feel like it's about expanding, it's about moving on, it's about being in a different place than you were. Grow, move on, move forward, things like that. Okay, so here's what we've got. The card is now backed, and here's the front. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I have this eyelash trim, so I want to attach it so that you'll be able to pull this card out so it'll slide out. So let me grab my crocodile and some eyelets and we'll add that to the little tag here. All right, so I'm gonna use the small setting for this right here and one right here. And I will take you and then get it set. And one more. Luckily, I see a match for it right on the top. Like so. And then going to try and get this eyelash trim in through here. So this is going to take me a second. All right, so I have the eyelash trim pulled through like this, through both holes there. So now to let it stay, I'm gonna just make sure I have enough. So I want to tie a couple knots here. Oh, you could also do some buttons, but I'm not gonna fiddle with that right now. For all of our sake. Alrighty. That's cute, because then it just looks like little fairy dust around. Okay, so I think I need to get this closed officially because I don't yeah, I don't think I need this open anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna glue it down. I'm not gonna glue this side because I just wanna make sure that there's enough room for the tag to slide out and for the eyelash trim to go in with it. And then also any other things that you might wanna tuck in behind it as a little secret. So there's that. And then I will get this little back part down. Okay, so there we go, like that. What we have so far. I'm gonna take some of these little flowers here and see what I've got. And I want to just, on the sides here, get some of those glued down. All right, so I think this bigger one here right here. Okay, so the butterfly, you can put the butterfly so bulky on the back. And I wonder why. Maybe it's what's holding it all together. So I should probably leave it alone before I tear it up. Okay, so I think that would be cute. So let's do that. So I have this clip holding the butterfly down to dry for a second, but this little piece was here for the flower. A, it doesn't really match because it's brown, and B, it's too bulky. So like if you wanted to put this in a journal, like it's really gonna bulk up. Like that's a little over 1/4 of an inch. So instead of that, I found this really pretty little amethyst chip. And I'm gonna dab some glue in there. And pop this little crystal right in the center. And that is way better, and that's cute. All right, so this should be dry. Yes. Okay, so I think, and then also if you wanted to, you could back this with even some more paper for more writing space. But yeah, this is really the gist of it. You also, when you pull this out, which still is not really exactly what I had in mind, but I think it's a pretty cool little piece of ephemera. And it still conveys the prompt of grow, because it has the upward motion where, you know, you're still growing. You can pull this out, journal on it, and then you could even write here with the white gel pen if you wanted to. And then you just have this really pretty little container for your journaling card. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. So I think I'm done with this one for today. I hope you guys all like this one, and I hope you will give it a try. And I, again, would like to thank all of you guys for joining in with us on this challenge. It's been really fun, and it's been so fun seeing everyone's prompts and what they do, and, you know, how they convey the words that they are given on their day. So I think that we will be doing this again, and we'll definitely keep you guys updated on all the information on that. As well as we did say this was a challenge, right? And this is going to have a winner. So that means anybody who has completed all 31 prompts at the end of this month will be entered for a giveaway. Priscilla will probably be the one to post it on her channel since she's the host. I'll leave that information in the description box below so you guys know where to look at the end of the month to find out who the lucky winner is for the Spring Around 22 challenge. So I hope again you guys have enjoyed this, and I love it. You know what else I was just thinking of right now would be so cute? If you took a little stamp, a scroll kind of stamp, or a embossing pen, and you could emboss the edges and make it glittery. That would be even prettier. Okay, so anyway, all right, I think that is gonna wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.